Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Principles of Macroeconomics class. My name is Muhammad Nafis bin Nasim. I know it's a long name, but I usually go by the name Nafis, my middle name, Nafis. I usually go by that. But you can call me Muhammad or Professor Nasim or Nafis, whatever you like, whatever you're comfortable with. So basically, this is the principles of macroeconomics class. This is the very first basic economics class that Richland class offers. It's Econ 2301, and this is an online class. So we will be conducting all our classes online. I will be posting lectures on eCampus, and I will be sending out emailing you guys video lectures for each lecture so you can understand in details the different topics and the different items that we discuss all throughout this class. And again, it's for some, probably you have engineering background or you have a biology background, and this is something very new. But I'm here to help you. I will try to make it as simple as possible. Sometimes it might get a little bit tricky or a little tedious. You can always reach out to me. Feel free to email me or send me a message. I will try to respond to you as soon as possible, and then go from there. So this is your section is 85405, and again, this is the first principles of macroeconomics class, and most of you have to take it because it is a required class. And then if we and I'm right now looking at a lecture 0, which is basically introduction of the class, and we're going to talk a little bit about economics as a whole to give you an understanding. From the next lecture, we will start talking in details about the different topics. But today we're just going to do a brief overview. We'll try to understand how the class will work, and we'll go over the class format, and then we'll also talk a little bit of what economics means. So this is again an online class, and the class will start or will starts today, which is June 4th, and it will continue up to July 1st. So again, so it's a very small class. It's a very small period of time for this class. We usually we take the entire spring or the entire fall to cover this course. So we probably have to go at a very fast pace because it's number one, it's online, and secondly, we also have, like, it's almost like 4 weeks. Within 4 weeks we have to finish the class. So it might be a little bit overwhelming at times, but again, feel free to email me or message me and I'll be there to help you. So the official drop date for this class is June 24, 2020. It is also listed in your syllabus, which is uploaded on eCampus. Okay, I just wanted to give you an introduction about myself. My name is Nafis Nasim. Again, you can call me whichever name you like, but I usually go by the by Nafis. I completed my master's in finance from the University of Texas at Dallas in May 2012. I'm also currently pursuing my PhD in public policy at UT Dallas. Also, I'm working as a senior financial analyst in a small financial company in Dallas. Basically, I'm in charge of underwriting and analyzing commercial real estate loans and different types of business loans. So if there are any questions, the email is listed in this lecture, nnasim@dcccd.edu, or you can also find this email in your syllabus. And any concerns, any questions, you can feel, or if you need any type of guidance, feel free to email me. So the required text material for this class is the Macroeconomics Understanding Our Material 4th edition. The ISBN number is listed there. This is available at the campus bookstore, or you can also find it. You can buy it online and get the web code, and you can access it online, which is probably going to be easier. But I just want to be upfront and tell you, like, if you go over my lectures, and if you go over all the lectures that I go through, the video lectures and the PowerPoint slides, as well as the homeworks and the problems that I do during my video lectures, I think that's sufficient for you to get ready for any type of exams or your homeworks. And I'm always there to help you also, so feel free to reach out to me. So next is the syllabus for this class. It is posted on eCampus. um, I just wanted to quickly go over the syllabus a little bit, so you guys have any questions, you can email me. But if it was a formal live class, I would have had gone over the syllabus. So I just want to go over the syllabus a little bit, so that you guys know and understand what are the requirements or what are my expectations for this class. So your syllabus is listed on eCampus. If you go into your course and then look on the left hand side under the course content, you will find a link where you can download the syllabus and you can go over the requirements of the class. Again, the first part of the syllabus, if you see, gives my information, my name, my phone number. Phone number, you probably, this will not work a lot because it's the office main line, so I will not probably be able to access it right now with the campus being closed. The best way to reach me is my email, which is listed there, nnasim@dccd.edu. If you need to make any appointments, feel free to email me and we'll try to figure out something, if there is any need. And then in the next section we talk about the book requirement is the principles of macroeconomics. That's the course title, the section number, and it's a summer. It's 3 hours, and then we will start today, June 4th, and we'll end the class on July 1. And again, this is a 100% online class. The last day to withdraw the course is June 24th. There is no prerequisite for this course, and the book required for this class is the principles of macroeconomics, and the ISBN number is given. And here in the syllabus you will see how you can get the web access. You should be able to find that information in this syllabus. Then there are some template information. These we have to put as required by the college or the institutions. What are the learning outcomes, what is the Texas core objectives, what you will learn from this course, and all these things. So I move on to page 4, which is important. This gives you how your grade or how your class or how your assignments will be graded. Okay, so in this class will have 5 assignments or 5 homeworks, and each of these homeworks will constitute 3% of your total grades. Now all of your homeworks are required. If you miss one, you will probably miss 3% of your grade. So make sure, if you don't understand, email me, but make sure you turn in your homework. That will help. Okay, then we have 3 exams: midterm 1, midterm 2, and midterm 3. Each of these exams are 25% each, and none of these exams are cumulative. So the last exam, which is midterm 3, will only cover materials that we start after midterm 2. So that's a good thing, because none of the exams are cumulative or will not include materials before the prior exam. Okay, and then we have, because this class participation is important, we have the discussion boards, 2 discussion boards, which are also posted on your eCampus. If you go under tools, you will see under discussion boards there are 2 topics. Discussion board 1 has a topic on minimum wage, and I wrote out the topic, and then you basically have to answer those questions after you go through the lectures that we go through. And then you also have to at least reply to 2 of your friends or 2 of your classmates posts, and it cannot be just one line, yes I agree with you, or yes that's fine, or that looks correct. You have to give some explanations or some additions to what your classmate said. So, and each of those discussion boards are 5%. So again, these carry a lot of weight. If you miss one of them, you can probably come down from A to B. So make sure you understand those. The midterms are going to be multiple choice questions. There will be some theory related questions, like some definitions, some understanding concepts questions, and there will be some math problems. So you will need a calculator. The multiple choice questions will be like a math problem. You have to calculate and find the right answer and select the right answer. Okay, and again, before the exams I will give you more instructions on how the format and everything. So as far as the grade distribution, you can see I gave a 0.5 extra. So if you are between 89.5 to 100%, you get an A. From 79.5 to 89.4, B. And then if you are scoring from 69.5 to 79.4, then you are C. and so on, D and F. I hope you guys don't get F, but that's how the grade will be distributed. I am very lenient in terms of grading. I usually curve my exams, and again, if you're at, let's say you're 89.1, I will probably upgrade you to 89.5 and make it an A. So I will try to help you. I don't want to make your life difficult, but again, understand this is an online course, and this is only a 4 weeks class, so we have to get things done at a very fast pace, and you guys always have to be on top of what we are going through and be ready with the exams. Okay, so again, it talks about the midterms. There are three midterms. Each will be 25% of your grade. They will consist of multiple choice questions and math problems, and none of the exams are cumulative. Then it talks about the discussion boards. There are 2 discussion boards and gives you instruction. What my expectations are in terms of the instruction boards. It can be 5 or 6 sentences, but it needs to be meaningful. There needs to be a quality response. It cannot be just, hi, I am a professor, my name is Tom, and I'm in microeconomics class, and I think unemployment is this. You have to have some rational analysis to what we are saying. Okay. Again, this is 100% online class, so that's why discussion board is a way to assure, or is a way for me to evaluate that you guys are involved in the class, and that's why we have grading those materials. Then late work policies, no makeup tests or quizzes. However, if you guys have issues, please let me know in advance, and then I'll try to accommodate that. Okay. Other course policies, these are standard materials, so just go over when you have free time. Plagiarism is very important. Any type of religious holidays, let me know at least 3 days in advance. Then on page 7, you have the course schedule. If you see, I have listed what we're going to cover on each and every day, when each of the homework will be assigned, and when the homework will be due. So usually I will email you out to the homeworks, you fill those up, and then I will send out a link where you can upload those homeworks up. Same way it tells you when the midterm exams are, when the discussion boards are due, and all that information. So this table is very helpful. It will tell you when we are covering which lectures, when the homeworks are coming up, when the homeworks are due, when is the midterm exam, and when are the discussion boards due. Okay, and then finally at the bottom, again, I created another table for you, so you'll know when the homeworks will be assigned, and when they are due, and when are the midterm exams. So I give you the dates. So if any questions, feel free to email me. Okay, and the very last page where it says course website, this page basically gives you instruction on how to access the book online. Basically they give you a code, and you provide your correct section number, and that way you can access the book online, which will help you. But again, if you go over my video lectures, my PowerPoint slides, and my homeworks, you should be good for the exams. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell of the syllabus. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. All right, so moving on, today we just wanted to cover a little bit about economics, since this is the first economics class for most of you. I will assume that none of you knew what economics means, so I will give you a brief introduction about the subject matter. So basically what economics means is, it means the distribution. It is basically the study of how we distribute the resources, or how we allocate the resources. So that is the main thing, is economics. Okay, so what are resources? We are going to learn about this in chapter 2, but basically resources are, it can be like steel is a resource. Aluminium, that's a resource. Labor, workers working in a factory, that's a resource. So there are many types of resources. Machine is a resource, right? So, but we're going to learn in details more later on. But the reality is that these resources, whether you talk about steel, whether you talk about workers who are skilled in, let's say, stitching clothes, or whether you talk about machines, all these resources are limited in quantity, right? We don't have infinite number of resources in the world. These resources are limited. On the other hand, we as individuals, our wants are unlimited, right? We pretty much want everything. We want a car, we want a house, we want nice furniture, we want a nice TV. If we have a car, we want another car. If we have a house, we want another house. our wants, so in reality our wants are infinite, but the resources needed to make that house or the resources needed to make the car, those resources are limited in quantity. Okay, so economics is the study that helps to solve this gap between infinite wants and finite or limited resources. It is the study that helps us to distribute the resources in such a way so we can make the best choices and that we ultimately get the maximum amount of satisfaction. Okay, so economics formally is basically studies the economic, political, and social elements in our system and how in this economic system the resources are allocated. So who gets what? How much I am getting in the economy, how much you are getting in the economy, how much Tom is getting in the economy. So that's what economics is all about. Okay, it is the study of choices, methods, and systems used by economies and societies to allocate and distribute scarce resources. So since the resources are scarce, scarce means limited in quantity, we have to make choices, right? We cannot get everything. Let's say we want to eat, we have many different choices, right? To eat for lunch, we can eat Chinese food, we can eat pizza, we can eat pasta, or we can eat a burger, right? But I only have $10 in my hand, so I have that limited resource, limited capital with me, so I can only choose any one of them. So I will probably choose the one that will give me the most satisfaction out of pizza, pasta, Chinese food, and burger. Let's say I really like Chinese food and I'm craving for Chinese food, so probably with that $10 I will buy Chinese food that will give me maximum satisfaction. But if that $10 was probably given to you, you would have probably bought a pizza because your satisfaction will be maximized if you eat pizza. So that varies from person to person how they will make the choice. But the ultimate goal of making a choice is to maximize our satisfaction. Okay, so basically this economics, this study of economics will help us to distribute these resources in a very efficient manner, right? In a way so that we can make the best choices, okay? So let's say again we have $50 to spend and you have to choose between 2 meals per day or shoe or an Uber ride or a notepad or a dart pass or a watch. So maybe for me it is a watch, maybe for you it is a pen because you're starting the class. Maybe for Rick it's shoe because he probably plays a lot of sports, so he needs shoe. So different people will use the resources in different way, but they will try to use it in the best possible way so that it maximizes their own satisfaction. And economics, when we study economics, it helps us to make that correct choice. It helps us to make the choice that is best for us, that will maximize our satisfaction. Okay, so different individuals will have different choices, as I said, to allocate the resources, and this will give them maximum satisfaction. Now in economics, this satisfaction is also known as utility. Okay, so the ultimate goal for everyone is to make the choice that will give the maximum satisfaction, or in economic terms, the maximum utility. Okay, so that is what economics main objective is. If you allocate your resources in such a way so you can make the best possible choices which will give you the maximum satisfaction or utility. Now this applies, say the same thing applies for groups or economies. When we are talking about the city as a whole, when we are talking about the state as a whole, how we are going to allocate the resources in the state of Texas, what is good for the state of Texas, and what are the choices that we need to make in the state of Texas so that we experience growth. So these are all categorized under the study of economics. Okay, so specifically economics is the study of the choices, methods, and systems used by economies and societies to allocate scarce or limited resources in the best possible way, and the ultimate goal is to maximize utility. So economics basically helps us to make educated choices, improve our choices, and use different methods to allocate the resources. Now economics can be divided into two areas. Okay, one is called the microeconomics and one is called the macroeconomics. Now this class is all about macroeconomics. Okay, there's another class which you probably will have to take, and I also teach that class. is called the microeconomics. Okay, so macroeconomics is basically the study of the overall allocation of resources within a society. It is basically at a group level. Okay, when the resources are allocated at the group level, then we are talking about macroeconomics. So if we are talking about the US economy, how are we allocating resources for the US economy, or how are we allocating the resources for the Texas economy, or how are we allocating resources for Dallas economy. So if we are talking about the country level, if we're talking about the state level, or if we're talking about the city level, these are examples of macroeconomics. Okay, it looks at the scenario at the aggregate level, at the group level. Some of the macroeconomic terms that we're going to learn in this class are, economic growth, inflation, unemployment, government expenditure, total investment. So these are all items that are categorized under macroeconomics, and these are items that are related at the aggregate level, to groups. Now, the other type of study is called the microeconomics. Basically, it is the study of how you allocate the resources from a smaller perspective, from an individual perspective. Okay, how you will allocate the resources as a consumer. So when we go to Walmart, how are we going to make the choices? How are we going to allocate our resources? So as an individual, as a consumer basis, or how you will make a choice as a business. Let's say you have a auto dealership business, or let's say you have a car business. How are you going to allocate resources so that will maximize your utility and you will be able to make the maximum profit? So those type of things are classified under microeconomics. So these microeconomics is for smaller units. It's for individuals, or individual businesses. Okay, whereas macroeconomics is all about groups, economy, state economy, city, or county levels. These are macroeconomics. Okay, now both branches of economics seeks to measure and analyze economic efficiency. So economic efficiency, what does that mean, is when we are able to maximize our satisfaction, then we have economic efficiency. Okay, so when we make a choice that maximizes our satisfaction, that will cause economic efficiency, and we are going to learn about this later in our next chapters. But right now, just the main focus is to maximize satisfaction, which in turn will give us economic efficiency. Okay, so economists or social scientists use critical reasoning to measure the achievement of economic efficiency. Economic efficiency is achieved or maximized when most utility is obtained for most people. So just what I said, from the macro perspective, let's say in a city, if the utility is maximized for most of the people of the city, then economic efficiency is achieved. Okay, so maximizing the utility or satisfaction will create economic efficiency. So therefore, economists analyze the different types of choices, methods, and systems, and finds out the combination of choices that will produce the maximum utility for most people, which in turn will lead to economic efficiency. Basically, this last line summarizes everything with what we just said, in one single sentence. So that's all. I don't want to overwhelm you today because this is your first class. I just wanted to give you a brief introduction of what economics is and what are the two branches of economics, macroeconomics and microeconomics, relate to, what are scarce resources, and why we want to make choices because resources are scarce, and our ultimate goal is to maximize utility, and if that happens, we have economic efficiency. That's the gist of what I just talked about today. So in our next lecture, we will start from talking about in details about chapter 1 and go on from there. But this is just the beginning. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Other than that, you will hear back from me soon again. You guys have a good day. Thank you.